For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting at iDiskiTimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns 2, Kaizer Chiefs 1 kumdlalo we-MTN 8. Lo nto ithethi ngoba Mamelodi Sundowns izabe ikumdlalo wamagqibela kankqoyi ozobe udlalwa ke kwinyanga ka-October. Niqinisekile ke abantu abaninzi sebeyicinga into yoba bazawudlala neqela laseSoweto i-Orlando Pirates, kodwa ke loo nto sawuyazi ngomso emva kwensimbi yesihlanu uba ingaba iqela langaphaya emdiliyeni umfaxangi wewayini lizakwazi uba libuye na kulo mdlalo. Umdlalo wona ubumnandi, unika umdla kakhulu. Iqela leKaizer Chiefs lize lisonga amanqindi nayo bengafakanga zandla epokothweni, bazile bathi nathi sizolwa. Well done George Matlou. That was beautiful, just beautiful to watch ebb and flow, a contestable football game. Penalty, clear cut penalty denied. Kaizer Chiefs, if they score that, it's 2-2, Sundowns are knocked out, they go to the final. Well done Kaizer Chiefs for making this a spectacle, for making this competitive for both sides. Tso Vilakazi, my analyst here, what do you make of that? Let's start with the penalty incident. I asked everyone at the beginning to talk about that moment. What did you make of that moment? Uphandle indoni uLuxolo Party. Uvele wadecided uba iginye impempe akazuyivotela. What happened there?
Mzeke kunjani mfethu? Ngibulisa wena, ngibulisa Junior, ngibulisa Machaka, ngibulisa Justice. Nginibulisa nani emakhaya, cela support njalo la iDiskiTV. Ngizobenje benjalo ngijike futhi. Mzeke, I just tried to put myself in his shoes, and you get caught in that action whereby in the phazamisile from my point of view. Yeah, ikhona Mr. Let me tell you. Ithi ngikubonise yona kahle uzothi mayibona futhi ibheke uyibone lento engishoyo. Uphazamise ukuthi inyawo la kaMaseko liye labuya kanje. He didn't go all the way. So lithe labuya. So to him, referee, uthe makalibona libuya lithi no, there's no contact. This one is buying it.
I know how it looks like when a referee is deciding to run away from making a difficult decision. Mina, I looked at that replay and I saw him seeing it and then quickly turning away and running away from it, because I know. So as we are involved with grassroots football, one of the things that we used to do in our LFA, we still do it in Younger LFA, is that at 8 a.m. in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, our coaches, Tina, and people who are running football clubs, amateur football clubs, kumele si referee ama games with juniors, under 14, under 16, under 18. Now there are moments where, when you are refereeing a difficult match, you are deciding, Uguti, I'm not giving this one. Whether you are not sure, whatever, but he decided, Uguti, I'm running away from this controversial moment. It's unfortunate, but that was an incorrect decision. So you are speaking on his point of view, ne?
Yeah.
Mara, I wanted to talk about what do you think happened there from your point of view in terms of, would you have given that? Was that a penalty?
Clear penalty, no doubt. Mr. Nkewo, any contact, and if it's not a contact in terms of getting the ball, a contact physically, that's a penalty. It's clear. And the funny part is that Azange blow a whistle when somebody was being kicked. Yeah. But he could blow a whistle when there was a shoulder contact. So for me, I was like, something's wrong with our referee. Or either maybe in terms of I beg that penalty was good. I gave them a penalty. So now if I would give them a penalty, it's something. Because there's no other reason, Mr. Kew. It's a clear kick. Whether Lily half in your like, but there was a contact. And the contact, it means that's a foul. Not with the ball. The ball is far away from the action. Then that contact is clear, it's a penalty. Sorry for how much it happened cool. I'm a coach for life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, bengiborn the final. What decided about
what is all okay, Sundowns. But what I like about your analysis was that at halftime, based on what you were seeing, because when we shoot those halftime videos, it's an opportunity to go to. You were predicting yesterday because you were not seeing the game. At halftime, based on what you were seeing, you were sure that Chiefs were going to come back, and that comeback was that penalty moment. How did the game unfold for you?
Look, what a game. What a game, Mr. Nkewo. You know, after a long time seeing Chiefs playing the way they played. And look at this boy, Matlou. You know, this boy, he's something else, man. Well done, boy. You know, we've been missing such a thing, Mr. Nkeu. We always cry, we can't see a player that will take decisions there for the team, you know, make right passes in right areas, you know, covering spaces, you know, good passes. You know, the boy played very well. And I don't know why they took him out, because after Upuma Wake, then now you could see the team manje, and I'll say, but well done to the boy and keep up the good work, son. Mina used to be a midfielder. I love seeing this, a player that will initiate things, force, go there, force your way forward, you know. Ungameli kuvuleke, then you go, you know. How much vulehela when you get a pagan? So well done. And Utipruza also, you know, he did very well, Mr. Q. The boy did very well, and you know.
So I can't help you. You are the highest ever goal scorer with Pirates. 2 years ago, I asked you this question because there was this match, Babylon Pirates, Nancy goal, here's the ball, he kicked it, he missed it somehow.
Yes.
And I asked you this question 2 years back. Does it not make sense to get a coach that's going to help him, besides Omule or Kevin Johnson or Atazwane or Dylan Shepard, a coach that's going to help him, even if it comes from his own pocket? As when I was reading Ibrahimovic, who's Latin, he mentioned this thing about Fabio Capello. In Italy, he was either playing for Juventus or Inter Milan. He played for all of those teams. At some point, Fabio Capello allocates one of his, because they have 19 people behind the scenes. Yeah. He says, yo, look after this boy, Ibrahimovic, because he has everything except for finishing, or improve his finishing, because he's always a good finisher, but improve it. And they worked on it. Like every day of training, they would work for 2 hours more, kicking 1,000 balls, just shooting. And there was one time I felt, if we actually can just watch Ronaldo Nazario's videos, right? He will never be like him, but there was something I enza Ronaldo Magano keeper 1-on-1. Step over, goalkeeper goes to this side. He always used to make 1-on-1 keeper abe beatable. It was so easy for him. Just lendo yokuthela amanzi ekhanda. That thing that you always say. Just tell him what can he do, because that's the one lacking element. Yeah, with finishing. Yes, sometimes this is the thing. Like sometimes ngama result, I hate this thing. Just because the team won, you think everything is fine, but you saw this guy missed 5 opportunities. Yeah, but sometimes and people forget about this. But what can he do to get better at this? Because really, that's the only missing element. This thing of, you have the pace, now that you are with the goalkeeper, slow down a little bit. Ungamshaya ngesamba, zanga nambona shaya goalkeeper ngesamba. Zanga nambona amlalise nje. You can do anything because you already have the pace, but you never do that.
Yeah, Mr. Nkeu, you know, that's the very difficult part when it comes to him. And there was first half. Yeah, it was first half where was 1v1 with Rowan, and I even said, chip it on the side here, because already you draw him, Rowan, upumile wezala on the first pole. Here's the last pole. We eating, you know, he just need, I will say, one, that's his responsibility as a player individual to say, you know, let me try and get help in terms of myself to be a better player. 2, it goes against the coach to say, but coach, you can see this. It's happening week in, week out, where this boy gets to these good areas, but he always misses. And he misses on every time when he misses on the crucial games. And it looks as if he's not a good player. And that boy, he's a very good player. He makes good runs. You know, he gets to good areas, but his final touch, it always let him down. So I hope maybe people will come and help him, you know, in terms of that finishing. And you know, he's doing very well so far. Work rate. There was a moment where I stood up and asked myself, where are the midfielders when they had to make that run from up front to come and make a tackle and defend there? Look, Mr. Nkeu, you know, there's a lot that our players need to learn, and that's why I'm saying coaches, they see things like this. What is that they do in terms of improve or to help to get better in that? Because you can't have Utiproza coming from the striking force, run all the way beating the midfielders and go and defend Lapane mover to that final pass by Island. It's, for me, they should be ashamed of themselves, the midfielders.
Let me ask you something about Sundowns. So, because I think we back Sundowns because you can't help but think that that's the best team in the country. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, that's the best team in the country. There's nothing anyone can do about that unless they play and buy players and do what they do, which is be truthful and true to the football roots, be able to pay people, be able to buy the right people that fit your own system, right? So that's the best team. However, I think this week we can all agree that they played a tight game against Pirates. They played a tight game against Kaizer Chiefs as well. What did you make of them today? Where did they lack? And it's crazy because even though there were lacks, they still won.
Yeah. Mr. Nkeo, one thing is that I think the coach had a good plan, and his plan worked very well. The only thing that he needs to, not for him to work on it, but the players, they need to work on that when he makes those changes. Even against the Pirates, those changes, they nearly cost him a game. Even now, they nearly cost him a game because they don't pick up where Umshishi and Ribeiro left. Instead they went down, and when they go down, that's where Chiefs, they saw with no man. Here's an opportunity. I think we can get something out of nothing, and I think they just need to, whether it's a warm up from those players or maybe the mental strength, maybe they were not ready enough, but I believe that in a game like this, the tempo is high. So it means your warm up needs to come to that level so that when you go to that game, you can easily gel with that pace. But I think the pace of the game, it's killing the boys that are coming in, because that's the only thing. Other than that, look, he's poof. Okay, he's got a team. He doesn't have 11. He's got a team. Whoever comes in, they do the job. I mean, look at Ozongu came in. He look as if he's been playing the whole game, controlling that midfield. I'm not going to talk about Mukwena, because when I talk about Mukwena, it's going to be like, it's a crime, because I love the boy. He's been wonderful. He doesn't put his foot wrong in that field of play. Allende is always there, creating one person, Mr. Nkeo. I always say this. I don't care who says what. That man, for me, look, I can put my man on that man. I know he's gonna do the job. Shalulile. Mr. Nkeo, I don't care who says what. Yes, he's not a ball player, but when he's there in the box, something will happen. And for him to come back, that's why I'm saying, when they watch Sundowns, these other teams, other coaches, do they see those elements that when Shalule is not there, they're not that dangerous, but they can play, they can get to that final third. But when Shalule is there, they are more dangerous because he can finish up.
Point of reference.
They know that Shalule is there. We have to get to that box. Yes, all of us, we need to put things together and then put that plate when it's ready so that they can just eat. So I hope, well done to Roland and the technical team, well done to Sundowns. You guys, you did very well. You deserve to go to the final.
Right. There you go. That's Mamelodi Sundowns going through to the final. Notwithstanding, of course, the controversial penalty moment. That's not Sundowns' fault. That's the officials' fault. Unfortunately, Kaizer Chiefs would have gone through to this one. They kept themselves in the game, and that's what we wanted. Keep yourself in the game. Make it a possibility that you can go through. Don't lose by 3 or 4 or 5 goals. And that's exactly what Kaizer Chiefs did today. Well done to Chiefs. Well done to Sundowns for going through to the final as well. It is iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes. World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.